The truth about apple cider vinegar and baking soda. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because today we're diving into something that's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. We're talking about apple cider vinegar and baking soda. You've probably heard the hype. ACV melts fat, fixes digestion, cures everything under the sun. And now, people are mixing it with baking soda and calling it a health miracle. But here's the thing. Does this combo actually work, or are we just creating expensive fizzy water? Today, we're breaking down the science, separating fact from fiction, and giving you the real deal on whether you should be drinking this stuff. Let's get into it. Understanding pH, the science stuff. All right, before we talk about vinegar and baking soda, we need to talk about pH. I know, sounds like high school chemistry, but stick with me because this is actually important. pH measures how acidic or alkaline something is on a scale from 0 to 14. Anything below 7 is acidic. Anything above 7 is alkaline. 7 is neutral, like pure water. So where do our stars fit in? Apple cider vinegar has a pH of around 2.5, super acidic. Baking soda clocks in at about 9.5, very alkaline. Now here's what matters. Your body maintains a blood pH of around 7.4, slightly alkaline. This balance is crucial. If it shifts too much in either direction, things stop working properly. Your enzymes need this balance to function. Your cells need it. Basically, everything in your body depends on it. So when we start chugging acidic vinegar or alkaline baking soda, we're playing with some pretty important chemistry. Keep that in mind as we go forward. Your stomach acid matters. Let's talk about your stomach for a second, because this is where a lot of confusion happens. Your stomach is supposed to be acidic, like really acidic. We're talking a pH of 1 to 3. That stomach acid, specifically hydrochloric acid, does some pretty important jobs, breaks down your food, helps you absorb nutrients, and kills bacteria and pathogens in what you eat. Now here's where it gets interesting. A lot of people think heartburn means you have too much stomach acid. But guess what? Most of the time, it's actually the opposite. You don't have enough. This condition is called hypochlorhydria, and it can be caused by getting older, chronic stress, thyroid problems, H. pylori infections, and, ironically, taking antacids long-term. So if you're reaching for antacids all the time, you might actually be making the problem worse. Wild, right? Busting the too acidic myth. Okay, time to bust a huge myth that's all over the internet. You've probably heard people say, my body is too acidic, I need to alkalize. There are entire diets built around this idea. But here's the truth. Your body doesn't just randomly become too acidic. Your body is incredibly good at regulating pH. Your kidneys, lungs, and blood all work together to keep everything balanced. The idea that you can dramatically change your blood pH by drinking lemon water or eating certain foods, that's not how it works. In fact, if you see acidic urine, that's actually a good sign. It means your kidneys are doing their job, filtering out excess acids to keep your blood pH stable. And here's a fun fact. Hyperventilating actually makes your body more alkaline, not more acidic. When you breathe too fast, you blow off carbon dioxide, which temporarily raises your blood pH. The bottom line, stop stressing about your body being too acidic. Unless you have a serious medical condition, your body's got this handled. The benefits of apple cider vinegar. Alright, now let's get into what apple cider vinegar actually does, because despite all the myths, ACV does have some legitimate benefits. Digestion. ACV increases stomach acidity, which helps break down food more effectively. If you're someone who doesn't produce enough stomach acid naturally, this can be a game changer. The acetate connection. When you digest ACV, the acetic acid turns into acetate in your intestines. This short-chain fatty acid is pretty amazing. Feeds the good bacteria in your gut, reduces appetite, and improves insulin sensitivity.
Metabolic benefits. Research shows ACV can help manage type 2 diabetes, improve insulin sensitivity, lower blood pressure, and improve cholesterol levels. So yes, ACV has real science-backed benefits. It's not a miracle cure, but it's definitely more than just hype. Baking soda, the good and the bad. Now let's talk about baking soda because this one's a bit more complicated. What it's good for: homemade toothpaste and mouthwash, natural deodorant, cleaning powerhouse, and quick heartburn relief. That last one is where people get into trouble. The problem with baking soda for heartburn. Yes, baking soda neutralizes stomach acid and gives you quick relief, but here's the catch: it's not a long-term solution. Using it regularly can disrupt your natural acid production, actually trigger more acid reflux over time, raise your blood pressure, it's high in sodium, interfere with nutrient absorption, and mess with your digestion. So while baking soda is fantastic for cleaning your kitchen or freshening your breath, drinking it regularly, that's a different story. What happens when you mix them? Okay, here's the moment of truth. What actually happens when you mix apple cider vinegar and baking soda? The chemical reaction. Apple cider vinegar is acidic, baking soda is alkaline. When you mix them, they neutralize each other. You get that fizzing reaction. That's carbon dioxide being released. The final mixture ends up with a pretty neutral pH. What this means for you. If you're taking ACV specifically for its acidity properties to help digestion, mixing it with baking soda defeats the purpose. You're canceling out the very thing that makes it helpful. But wait, not all is lost. The acetic acid in ACV still converts to acetate in your body, which means you still get some benefits: gut health support, metabolic improvements, and appetite regulation. So while you lose some of the immediate digestive benefits, you keep some of the longer-term metabolic perks. How to use them safely. All right, let's get practical. Here's how to actually use these things. For ACV, take it alone if you want digestive benefits. This preserves the acidity that helps break down food. Mix 1 to 2 tablespoons in water before meals. For baking soda, use it sparingly for occasional heartburn. Don't take it with meals, it interferes with digestion. Think of it as a temporary fix, not a daily habit. If you mix them, take it on an empty stomach. This minimizes disruption to your normal digestion. Remember, you're getting different benefits than ACV alone. The key word here is balance. These can be helpful tools, but they're not meant to replace proper medical care or a healthy diet. All right, let's wrap this up. Apple cider vinegar has real benefits for digestion and metabolism thanks to its acidity. Baking soda can provide quick heartburn relief because of its alkalinity, but when you mix them together, you neutralize those effects. So what should you do? If you're dealing with long-term digestive issues or you're concerned about your health, talk to a doctor. They can give you personalized advice based on your specific situation. If you want to try ACV, use it by itself to get the full benefits. If you need heartburn relief, baking soda can help in a pinch, but focus on addressing the root cause rather than just treating symptoms. At the end of the day, there's no magic potion. Good health comes from consistent habits: eating well, managing stress, staying active, and getting enough sleep. If you found this helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more science-backed health content. Drop a comment and let me know, have you tried ACV or baking soda? What was your experience? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay healthy.